I would say there are more similarities than differences. Of course, every country has a different structure and a different organisation for ocean science and ocean knowledge. But I think, the great thing about the decade is, again, it's a global initiative, and it means that as different groups are coming together to contribute to the decade, they're following similar principles and similar ways of doing things. Of course, there are differences because, as I said, everything's organised very, very differently. China has been a hugely engaged in the decade from the outset. And so using China as an example, we ask countries where they can to establish a national decade committee. And this is a committee that helps to coordinate all the different actors and helps to set priorities for ocean science in the country. China, when it set up its National Decade Committee, took the approach of having a very high-level interministerial National Decade Committee, which is quite different from some of the other countries. But it's a model that has worked exceptionally well in the Chinese context because it has given the Ocean Decade a huge amount of visibility, a huge amount of prominence. It has liberated funding and resources. Other countries have taken a different approach. So in Canada, it's an approach of the National Decade Committee being focused a lot more on engaging civil society and engaging ocean literacy, community education. But that is an approach that works very well in the Canadian context. So I think that's the value of the decade. There are common principles at the global level, but then each country can find a context that best suits its needs.